Everybody, Sean here with Some Dude in Texas, and welcome back. And if you're new to the channel, hey, thanks for stopping by. Man, I got some good classics on this episode. It's all CDs, man. I kind of been buying some CDs lately because some of these albums that I want on vinyl, they're either not available, they haven't reissued them, or they're just very expensive. So they're still cheap on CDs. So to me, it's kind of, I love vinyl, but it's also about the music, man. If I can pick it up pretty cheap on CD, I'll go ahead and grab it. So we'll go ahead and get started. I've got, looks like I got 5 CDs, man. Like I said, some classics. Start off first two, gonna be from Sepultura. So they did the release, right, of Morbid Visions and then the Bestial Devastation. They did that on vinyl, Max and Igor did. So that kind of got me, wanting to go back and actually get the original pressings or the original recordings. And so I did. I picked it up. Is this one here? And there we go. Get it on CD. I think that this one might have been remastered a little bit, so it sounds a little better. I mean, it's still kind of rough, but you can still, it sounds just a little bit better than the original ones. I mean, I also did get the Morbid Visions, the reissued or the re-release from Max and Igor. I liked it. I think they tried to stay true, I think, to the recording. But I think I like the original better. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all like what Max and Igor did with these 2 releases by doing that, or should they just, left well alone? But anyway, Sepultura, Morbid Visions, and Bestial Devastation. Cool stuff. If you haven't heard it, be sure to check it out. It's the inside. All right, next one is another Sepultura classic. Now this one is, right now, I would say this is probably my favorite release from them. At least, the first, 5 albums, or the albums with Max singing. But that's Schizophrenia. I remember when I got this originally, I bought it on tape. I had recently, about that time, I had heard Arise, right? I saw one of their videos on MTV, and I went and bought their Arise album the next day. And I just loved it, man. So that just kick-started me to go out and start buying, other stuff from Sepultura. Well, I picked this one out, got it on tape, and I remember I went out to my car, popped it in. First thing that stuck out was the recording, right? It was rough. It was almost kind of like demo quality, right? But, it still had good songs. And so this one here has actually been remastered, so it sounds a lot better, but it doesn't take away. It still kind of holds true to that rawness, but it's back of it. Like I said, I think this one right now is probably my favorite one from this band, from Sepultura. To me, it's different than Beneath the Remains and Arise. It was, to me, it still kind of had that death metal vibe that they were shooting for on the first release, because I guess originally they were a death metal band, but this still just has some heavy songs. Escape, To the Void, let's see, To the Wall, The Abyss, and then of course Troops of Doom. Cool version on that, but just love this album, man. Like I said, I think it's the best one I think that they put out with Max. But if you haven't checked it out, definitely do. Schizophrenia. All right, next CDs. Everybody knows these. I've had them, throughout the years, cassette, CDs, and of course, throughout moving and all that, they either get lost, get torn up, broken, or whatever. But I was at my local shop a couple weeks ago and went and checked their CDs, and they had them pretty cheap, so I grabbed them. But anyway, of course, these Slayer classics, South of Heaven, and of course, Rain and Blood. And man, I tell you, lately I've been on a Slayer kick, just going back and listening to their stuff. And man, just cool stuff. What can you say? It's Slayer. I think on, let's see here. Yeah, on Rain and Blood here, of course, everybody's favorite's Rain and Blood. But I tell you, I was in a band at one time and we used to cover Postmortem. I always thought that was pretty cool. Don't get me wrong, Rain and Blood is awesome too. And of course, Angel of Death. But just killer stuff, man. And then here, South of Heaven. I actually been listening to this one a lot. Behind the Crooked Cross, Mandatory Suicide. That's probably one of my favorites. Just cool riffs. Ghost of War. And of course, the first track, South of Heaven. But if you haven't listened to these in a while, or if you've never heard them, be sure to check them out, man. Like I said, if you've heard them before, they're definitely worth going back and listening to. Just two classics from an awesome band. Slayer's Rain and Blood and South to Heaven. All right, now this last one, I was surprised to come across this one. I've kind of been looking for it, but haven't had any luck. And then one of my local go-to shops, he popped it up on Instagram, and luckily he still had it, and I went over there. But it's Obituaries, Executioner's Return. So if you are an Obituary fan, you know that originally they were called Executioner. So this was just kind of them revisiting. I mean, I haven't dug into it. I don't know a whole lot about it. I don't know if these were songs that they recorded back before, they became, Obituary. I would think so. I mean, y'all can correct me down in the comments. Like I said, I don't claim to be an obituary guru, so I'm not sure. But anyway, I got it. It's pretty cool. It's in a box. Cool artwork, man. And then the actual CD cover, case and everything. Cool inside. Got like some hand-drawn stuff. But what's cool about this CD is kind of, if you can tell, looks like a vinyl, right? Kind of see those lines. That's pretty cool. Then the inside, picture of the guys. I tell you, this was I think, pretty good lineup here on this. I like it. I know some people, they didn't really like this CD that much, but to me, once again, Obituary, they're like Cannibal Corpse, or the AC/DC of death metal. You know what you're going to get, even though it's, supposedly Executioner, but good stuff, man. Face Your God, Lasting Presence, Evil Ways is cool. I mean, I like every song. Like I said, it's Obituary. Can't go wrong with that. So if you haven't had a chance to check it out, definitely do. And if you come across it somewhere at a reasonable price, man, go ahead and pick it up. I don't think you'll be disappointed at all. So, all right, that wraps up this episode here, my collection update with some CDs. And be sure, if you like what you're seeing, hit that like button, hit subscribe. Once again, be sure to leave me some comments. I love talking to you guys. And once again, hey, thanks for watching. Until next time, y'all take care.
Y'all come back now, you hear?